Hello guys, and welcome back to another video.
Tiene que oler pa' sanar y cerrar esta herida. Y se siente vivir cuando no estás, pero así es la vida. Baby, tiene que oler pa' sanar y cerrar esta herida.
As you can tell by the title of this video, guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my birth story, how it went and all that. It's gonna be a little bit of like story time with video clips because on the actual day that I got admitted, we didn't record, I didn't record, Albert didn't record. Everything went by literally so fast, and I literally did not think that I was gonna get admitted that day. And so we didn't record much. I do have pictures, little clips here and there. So I'm gonna kind of like talk to you guys about it and how everything happened. So here we go. So first of all, my baby is right there. My baby girl, I love her so much. So she might be waking up soon because she didn't eat a lot. She didn't fall asleep. So la cueste, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do a quick video. Because I'm editing my video right now and everything just kind of all over the place. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna talk to you guys through it all, and that way everything kind of just makes sense. Okay, so first of all, on August 6th, I believe, give me a second, I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, yeah, so on August 6th, I want to say it was around 1 a.m. in the morning. Albert had just woken up. He was about to leave to work, and he actually was already downstairs. I was still awake. I was still laying down in the bed, and usually it takes me a while to go to sleep. My favorite thing to do, guys, is watch ASMRs, and that literally like calms me and helps me go to sleep a lot of times when I feel like I can't go to sleep. So yeah, I was watching ASMRs. He was downstairs, and I literally felt like this urge to like I needed to pee. And I just felt like really wet, and as nasty as it sounds, I felt down there and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like literally soaking wet. And so I got up, I went to the bathroom. I'm not gonna say ran to the bathroom because I can hardly even walk. And when I got up, I literally felt like this pressure, like just like down there, like a lot of pressure. And so I went to the bathroom, and literally as soon as I sat in the bathroom, I hear this like plop, like this loud sound, like just fall into the bathroom. I'm just like, did my water just break? And my water literally has never broke by itself. Usually 3 of my babies, the doctor had to break my water, and with one of them, Julian, he actually came out in the bag because the doctor didn't make it in time, and so the bag literally broke like halfway out. I think she broke it. So anyways, it was a pretty crazy experience. But I was like, did my water just break? Because literally I was like so soaking wet. And so I wiped, there was blood, and I was like, oh my God, like I must be in labor, you know what I mean? So literally I didn't even think about it. I'm like, babe, I messaged him. I was like, I think my water broke. And he came upstairs, and I was like, look, like my underwears are literally wet and I'm bleeding. And so then I got up, and the toilet looked like the water looked like it was just like watery and with reddish. And I was like, oh my God, like I think my water broke. I keep saying that. And in the bottom of the water, you know how like that's where everything sits down, I can see something like really dark, and I'm like, what the heck is that? So I got this net thing that I have for the fishes that I have here in my bathroom, and I literally digged in there, and I told Albert, I was like, what is that, babe? And so he gave me the net thing, and I like went in there and I digged it out. And I would post photos for you guys, but I don't know if it's like too nasty or too much. It was really nasty, but it was this huge blood clot. Like I am not even kidding, like the size of like my hand from here to like here, huge, just sitting on the toilet. And it was literally like, I was like, what the heck is this? Like, is this normal? Is this part of labor? Like, what is going on? And it scared the crap out of me. But like I said, I thought that my water had broke, and that was part of it, right? So didn't think about it. I told Albert, like, let's go. I told my dad. He stayed with the kids. My sister was actually out of town at the moment. Both my sisters, and usually she's the one that I kind of like reach out to when I need something or I need to go somewhere. But she wasn't here. She was in California. So my dad was here, thankfully, with the kids. So we left. We went into the emergency room. And this is my very first time, guys, giving birth at this hospital. And it is a huge hospital, quite a walk. So I was literally like in pain. But anyways, I'm going to be looking down at my iPad because I kind of have everything like in order. Okay, so I got there and I told them, like, I showed them a picture of like what I had lost in the bathroom. They're like, oh my God, like, do you usually go into labor early? And mind you, I was 36 weeks. My last baby came at 35 weeks, but I was doing McKenna shots every single week up until actually just 2 or 3 days before I ended up going to the emergency room. So I was already 36 weeks, and I was like, yeah, I've had a baby at 35 weeks, but I am on McKenna shots, and you know, I didn't think she was gonna come this early. So anyways, long story short, they checked me. They made it seem like they were gonna admit me. One of the nurses actually had told Albert, and I was there, that she was pretty sure that I was gonna stay. And so me, pues yo pensé like I'm gonna stay, you know. So I'm gonna put video clips here so you guys can see how it all went down. Albert started recording. And yeah, so let's get this ball rolling. Let's go. So yeah, they had me bouncing on the ball. They were monitoring me, and they were monitoring my contractions. I was getting contractions. And after they went out, the nurse had said that she was gonna message my doctor and let her know like what was going on. And meanwhile, I was bouncing on a ball.
Anda con Dolores on TikTok. Yeah, so far she's been having contractions every 2 minutes.
Well, everybody's knocked out. Everybody's out of town. Everybody's knocked out. Nobody's answering me at 2 in the morning.
No, and then I wake up and be like, oh, you had no child yesterday?
By the time I go, we're gonna be like, yeah,
nah.
you're right, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, girl. I'm gonna try with that. Like, this is the only time I've literally said that. Usually I'm like, I'm gonna get it. No quiero. Porque no me sirve. I get it and no me sirve. Then I get it again and no me sirve. There's even times I got it 3 times. Last time I got it 2 times. I'm like, no more. Grábate.
Te estoy grabando.
Bueno, eso.
Oh, pues.
You're gonna see like water and bush.
I need to use the bathroom. No, but I want to use a different one. That's like the bathroom all you guys use. Like all the women are using. That's not right.
Go right now.
No. I think there's about time at work when the man ganas ir a usar el baño.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess it just becomes a routine. It's weird. I think it has to do with the caffeine, energy drinks. I haven't had any, but I had some water. Just liquid in my system.
Interesting. That's literally never happened to me.
I would have had enough time to come back if I would have left.
You would already been on the freeway, or it would have been just by a few minutes.
Yeah.
Porque te llena el tanque del gas, porque no sabes cómo ponerle gas.
I told you yesterday.
Ay, no podías ir otra vez after work.
Babe, I was like, why don't you put gas on the way to more early in the morning? That's to wake up a little bit earlier. See? So then about 2 minutes. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I guess. 6 now. Are you on to record like last time? Huh? Perfect view. Last time I was recording. Huh?
Before she had left, she had brought me a glass of water, a cup of water so I can drink water. But obviously I was bouncing on a freaking ball and I couldn't be drinking water. So there I was just bouncing on a ball until the nurse got back. I think after they checked me, it caused me to have a lot of more contractions because I wasn't getting as much contractions as I was after they checked me, which is totally normal. When you get a cervical check, like, you start contracting even more because your cervix gets irritated. So I think that's why I started having like real contractions, and I think the pressure and everything that I had lost, all that blood, like literally led to all that.
Feels like I'm at a techno club. Y después empieza el DJ. ¿Cómo dijiste ahorita? Hijo de la Hay uno, ahora alguien en el mundo se llama verga, hijo de la verga. Nunca hey, si antes le pusieron el nombre a alguien, Pánfilo, Constantino.
I really do feel like I'm peeing myself. My water broke, y'all. I think. That's not good.
So, I just want to say that her water broke. And she's like, I think something's in the toilet. And I go see, and she's like, help me take it out. So I gave her the fishnet so she can take it out. And when she moves it, I want her to faint. I don't know, that shit came out of her.
It was literally about to fall over. I'm like, really, babe? I need you right now. Don't faint.
First of all, there should not be a whole damn liver coming out of there, okay? A whole liver came out of there. I understand the whole baby comes out of there, but with the fact, with the baby, I'm okay with it. But imagine, guys, a sliced liver in the toilet. I don't know how else to explain this.
And I didn't flush it.
And you didn't flush it?
No. Because I was thinking, like, what if they need it or something? I don't know.
Why would they need it?
I don't know. I forgot the kids.
Jen's gonna wake up. Oh my, I'm faint. See, por fin he faints. When he sees blood on himself or something, he faints. But, yeah, it's weird. It is 2 a.m. She messaged me, oh my god, at 12:50. And I was like,
About to leave.
I was about to leave. I was like, ahora qué chingados quiere, you know? So, huh? I was like, ahora qué chingados quiere. Digo, I think my water broke. And I'm going upstairs already thinking like, oh yeah, you know, she probably just pissed herself or something, you know, it's part of being pregnant. No, there was a fucking liver in the toilet, like I said. I'm liver, scary liver. You know, I don't know. It was horrible. And like, I'm not freaked out because she's in labor. I'm just freaked out. Because that has never happened before. But it's like, I know the baby has a heartbeat going on, as you can tell up there. Everything's fine. It just, I think that's why aliens have not visited us. Our brain cannot function seeing weird stuff.
I wish guys would be paid
Jump.
to see if they would be that chill.
Jump around.
No, estuvieras en la cama bien acabado ahorita. Bien acabado. Así.
Si supieras.
Si metes the blood and you're like.
Si supieras.
Literally. He was like. I was like, Vic.
Si supieras. Si supieras last night that I felt constipated. I thought I was gonna die. And you want me to be like, oh, I hope you feel the pain too.
So baby is perfectly healthy. She's doing so good. We have her on the monitor. We can hear her heart rate. She was still high up. I was still a number 5. I was actually a number 5 that day. I think the last time I had to see my doctor, I was like a 3, 2, 3. So when I went in that day and I was already a 5, I was like, actually no, I had already been a 5 at the doctor's, I believe. Oh my God. I can't even remember. All I know was that when I went to the hospital, I was a 5, 4, 5, something like that. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm totally gonna stay, right? But yeah, didn't turn out that way. So the nurse came back in, and literally like the first thing she said as soon as she came in the room, and it like, to this day, like, I'm not like super mad about it, but it's just kind of like frustrating because I'm just like, you don't know, like, anyways. So she came in the room and she saw the cup of water that I had, and she's like, well, yeah, I don't think you're gonna stay the night. Or she was like, you're not gonna stay the night. And I tested you. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I tested you. I brought a cup of water to see if you're even drinking water, and it looks like you're not. And so that just shows that that's probably why you're getting contractions. It's because you're probably dehydrated. And I'm like literally thinking in my head like the whole time, like, it's 3, 4 in the morning. Like, who wants to chug down water at 3, 4 in the morning? I know she brought me water, thank you, because I was getting thirsty. But I don't chug water at night, especially because I have esophageal problems. If I drink water too late, I will literally throw it up. I can't chug water because I will throw up. So I take very small sips. And not only that, but she had me bouncing on a ball. And she had even told me, like, you can bounce in a ball, you can get up, walk around the hospital. And I was like, okay. So I decided to jump on a ball because since I was losing the like blood, I didn't really want to walk around like that. I didn't have underwears or anything like that. I just didn't want to feel uncomfortable. So that's why I decided to bounce on the ball. So when she came in and she saw that I hadn't drank a lot of water, like, she just totally just blamed my contractions at me not drinking enough water. And it was quite frustrating. Albert was kind of like quiet about it and just like staring at her, and I was just like, okay. Because honestly, I was like, if they think I'm not in labor and they want to send me home, then whatever it is, what it is. But I don't know. I just was kind of like speechless. I was just thinking in my head, like, this lady's crazy. Like, how do you expect me to drink so much water? So she's blaming me having contractions on not having enough water. But it was so dumb. So she's like, yeah, and that's what it is. She's like, you need to be drinking more water. And then, Albert, you need to encourage your partner to be drinking more water because she can get dehydrated, and that can be the cause of her contractions. So I was just like, and I was like literally really, really annoyed. But anyways, long story short, she was like, yeah, you can dress up and you guys can head home. And I told her, I was like, well, since I'm getting contractions, like, if they don't go away and I am a 5 already, like, do I just come back? What do I do? Because literally, like, the papers that they gave me, the discharge papers that I had was, if you have bleeding, come back. If you have contractions, come back. If you have discomfort, come back. If you have a lot of pressure, come back. Like, literally everything that was listed on the paper was everything that I was having. And I was just like, okay, so when do I come back? How do I know when it's like really time for me to come back? And what the heck was all this freaking blood? So we ended up going home. I was still having a lot of contractions, but I pretty much just relaxed for the rest of the night. I was just really in shock that they didn't leave me to monitor me longer. But it's okay because I didn't end up, I ended up just fine at home. And I was still, I mean, the next day I was still having a lot of like contractions and stuff like that. But I'm going to show you guys a video of the next morning, or that night, or the next morning. Can't remember if it was that night or morning. Give me a second. I want to say it was like that night or like the next morning. I recorded a video, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay guys, as you guys can tell, I am home. You guys won't believe it, but they literally sent me home. So they had checked me. I was like a 5 already, and obviously I was bleeding. The nurse did a test to see if the fluid that I had was amniotic fluid. And she was literally like, guys, like so close to not sending it, because she was saying that it could have came back inconclusive, because I had blood, and but they still sent it and it came back negative. So because of that, she said that she couldn't keep me home. She couldn't keep me at the hospital. And I've been getting a lot of contractions. I feel a lot of pressure when I walk. So I really do feel like I'm in labor. I'm just not dilating at the hospital. Normally when I'm like at 4 or 5, or like a 5 and stuff, like, and I go into the hospital, normally they would have kept me. So the fact that they were like letting me go at 5 kind of freaked me out, and it actually got me like in a really bad mood. I'm trying not to think about it much, because it's just really dumb that they would send you home at 5 and you're having contractions, and you know what I mean? So anyways, they sent me home. I got home and I just knocked out on the couch because I had too much pressure to come upstairs. While I was sleeping, I was still getting contractions. I woke up a little bit ago, and still with like a lot of pressure. So I came upstairs to shower. Hopefully I can feel better. But honestly, I have so much pressure. Like, it was so hard to come upstairs. I feel like I am dilating. Only with my other kids, I was laying down dilating. I was walking around the hospital. I was bouncing on the bouncy ball, trying to open me up more. So yeah. Well, I guess now it's just a waiting game, and we wait to see if I dilate more, or if I get, I guess, more stronger contractions. I'm happy that baby's moving fine. I'm still annoyed that I don't know what all that big blood clot that I let go of was. I don't know what it is. It's so nasty, guys. Like, nasty, like huge. I got no explanation as far as what that blood clot could have been, like, at all. But yeah, I'm gonna shower and hopefully I can feel better. So just wanted to give you guys that update. Okay, see you guys later. Okay guys, so yeah, that was the end of that. I didn't end up actually going into labor, but I was in labor because not even 48 hours later, a day and a half later, I started getting really strong contractions, like really freaking strong contractions. And this also happened at night. Can't remember what time it was. I know it was pretty late, because it woke me up from my sleep. So on the actual day that I was actually admitted to the hospital, so I got up because I was having contractions, and I knew that it was different because I started having like back pain, and I couldn't sleep through it. So I told Aubrey, I was like, I think this is it. I just don't know. I don't want to go back to the hospital. So I just monitored it for like a whole hour, and I wrote down the times and everything. And so that way when I go into the hospital, I could tell them like, hey, I've been monitoring for a whole hour and I'm getting them every so often. And I told them when I went in last time I was here, I was number 5. And so they checked me. They started monitoring my contractions, and they told me, yep, you're gonna stay here. You're about a 6 already. You're getting contractions like every 2 minutes. And they ended up sending me to another room. So when you first get there, you go into the triage room. That's where they monitor you. Once you're admitted, they send you to another room, and that's where you give labor. Once you give labor, then they send you to another room, and that's just where you're at until you go home. So they ended up taking me to the other room. Very beautiful room. I wish I would have recorded, guys, but like I said, everything went by so fast, and I didn't think that I was gonna get. Oh, thank you, my amor. Thank you, boss. My son just brought me pizza. Check, guys, everything happened so fast. Didn't think I was gonna get admitted, and I was already getting contractions. So anyways, they ended up taking me to the other room. Very beautiful, really big room, a huge bathroom, and I loved it. It was beautiful. We had such a beautiful view. And I'm actually gonna show you guys a time lapse that Albert did. It was so like nice. Like I wish I would have showed you guys literally the whole video, the big windows, because you can see like the whole view of Kennewick, of where I was admitted. So I'm gonna put it right now. Literally, I think he started recording like, I think I got admitted 4 o'clock in the morning. No, 3, 4, something like that. So he time lapsed it for like a whole hour or until the morning. I can't remember how long he time lapsed it, but so beautiful. I loved it. So anyways, when the nurses came in, I told them, I don't think I want to get the epidural. And the reason I decided that was because all of my other kids, except my very first one, actually, I got the epidural, and his was literally the only one that worked on me, because I remember pushing and I wasn't in pain. I felt pressure, but that was pretty much it. My second, third, fourth, literally, I felt everything. That was when I realized, like, oh my God, like my body either doesn't accept epidural or I'm just too long in labor. I do notice that when I get the epidural, I'm in labor for like hours. It like slows down my my labor, and so I think that's what happens, is that my epidural ends up kind of like fading away, and I end up feeling everything. So this time around, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get the epidural. I can do this. I'm already a 6, and then they kept coming in. They're like 7, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. No, thank you. I think I'll be fine. So yeah, things started going by pretty quickly. Once I got to a 7, I started like taking a nap, and the nurse came in and she told me, she's like, we're gonna give you and I can't remember the name of it. It's some type of medication to make me get my contractions stronger, because my contractions have slowed down. She had actually came in and gave me a peanut and had me go on my side, and when I went on my side, since I hadn't even slept literally at all, literally knocked out. I knocked out. And so she said my contractions were getting farther and farther apart, and so she gave me some medication through my IV, and that literally fasted my contractions like that. Like within the next hour, this baby was already gonna be ready to come out. So yeah, she started me on that medication. I started getting my contractions literally like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and it became like 2 minutes. And then she came in, she checked me. She's like, you're about a 7, 8, something like that. And at this point, I was already like starting to cry, and that's when I knew, like, oh my God, like maybe when I start crying and shaking, that's when I know that my baby is literally gonna start coming, like any minute. And so thankfully the doctor got there when the nurse had just checked me. She's like, okay, let's do this. So then I was like thinking in my head, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get the epidural, but I didn't even need it. Like, I got this.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch. You need to be thinking big, bitch.
I was already shaking, I was already crying, and she went in there, checked me, and she's like, oh, she's already an 8. Like, as soon as I break her water, like, she's literally gonna go to 9, and we just probably gotta wait a few minutes for her to be able to push. So she went in there, broke my water. I was already in so much pain, not like pain like so bad, but you know, like getting strong contractions. So I already started getting strong contractions. She broke my water, and when she checked me, she's like, okay, yeah, she's a 9. The baby is further down, because apparently to the doctor and to nurses, I was still pretty thick down there or something like that. I don't know how all this goes, but she was like, okay, yeah, she's already a 9, and I already wanted to start pushing. And she's like, just relax a little bit, just kind of breathe through the contractions, like when she broke my water. And I tried to, guys, I literally tried to breathe through them, but I felt like I just wanted to push already. And she's like, do you need to push? I was like, yes, like I need to push, I need to push. And she's like, okay, well, as soon as you get a contractions, let's start pushing. So then they started fixing the bed, and they put the bed up and everything, and I started pushing. I literally just started pushing, and she's like, okay, Crystal, breathe. And so then I started breathing, and she's like, okay, in the very next one, I want you to try to push as hard as you can, hold your breath, 10 seconds or something like that, and then just push. So then I started doing that, and I can literally feel like the baby was gonna come out already. So then Albert started recording, and I am gonna try to put in here as much as I can. It's not gonna be a great that great of a video as my last labor, because the way Albert was recording, it was kind of like not really showing me, it was showing a lot of me down there. So I'll be blurring a lot of things, and then I'll also be you guys will probably just be able to like hear a lot of it. So anyways, I started pushing and everything. And I guess Albert said that once the baby started coming out, like she was like, hold on a little bit or something like that, because I guess the umbilical cord, she had to like move it. It was like wrapped around her neck or something like that. So I literally don't even remember hearing her ever say hold on. I was just pushing, and I couldn't stop. I could not stop. So I didn't listen to her, and I kept pushing, and she like removed the cord like as quick as she can, and she grabbed the baby, and she was out. That was it. Literally, it was literally so fast. From the minute that she broke my water, it took about 10 to 12 minutes for me to have the baby. Like, it was literally it was fast. And I wish that I can go back in time that I wouldn't have even got epidurals with any of my kids other than my first, because it actually worked. Because like I said, when I got the epidural, it slowed down my labor, and I was there for like hours. And this time around, literally, I had her so fast that morning, because it was like I got there like at 4 in the morning, and I had her by 11:46, I want to say. I gave labor to her. So yeah, it went by so pretty fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the video here. So I hope you guys enjoy, and like I said, if it's not the best quality, I am sorry. I didn't record it, my honey did, and he was so like such in the moment that he didn't record that great. But it's totally okay. I'm happy that he recorded what he could. So enjoy.
Hold your breath and push. This time when you push, don't let any air out of your lips. Hold the breath. And again. There breath
baby.
and
Made a
push.
move. You're gonna feel some intense pressure. That's your baby coming down. Yep. Keep going with it. Keep going with it. Beautiful job. You're amazing. You're strong. You're powerful. And then one more right on it. I just got
Here,
that.
push against that pressure. Push, 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 push.
Bear down. Bear down. Bear down. And here.
Push that baby out. Push, 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 push. Stronger, stronger. There she is. There we go. There we go. Push, 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 push.
No.
Stop. Stop.
Stop if you can. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm gonna check for a cord. I'm gonna check for a cord. There is a cord. Don't push yet. Oh, okay, never mind.
Every moment tonight, and then meet you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me like things happen naturally?
You did it! I'm super proud of you. You're amazing.
I don't wanna go waste another day. Mess it up again, I'll stay on my way. I'll be the one to have your highest price to pay. If you make it hard tonight, I'll hold you. One last time, I'll hold you. One last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you've gone to someone else, so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and
Okay guys, there it was. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to do my best. That's all I got. And that was my labor, guys. That's how it all went down. A baby is here. She's healthy. She weighed 5 pounds, 9 ounces. Literally my smallest baby I have ever had. I had her at 37 weeks and 2 days. And all my other kids, my first, second, and third came also at 37 weeks. She came at 37 weeks. Avdiel was which was my fourth boy. He was the one that came at 35 weeks. And not even at 35 weeks, Avdiel was like 6 pounds 1 ounce. So Jayla was 5 pounds 9 ounces, and she was my smallest baby that I've ever had. She was so tiny, and I just remember like her being on top of me, and I was like, oh my god, está bien chiquita, oh my god. Yeah, everything went by so fast, and I had her there on my chest for a little bit. From there, they transferred her to her bed, where they changed her and all that. And then Albert said that she ended up peeing. She was like peeing, and I was like, I'm like a little sad because I was so like in the moment, and I didn't get to see Albert's reaction. I didn't look up to see what he did, his eyes, his face, nothing, no mire nada, because I was just like so focused on pushing the baby out that I didn't see his reaction. And I'm so sad because I was like literally waiting for that moment to be able to see. I don't know, I guess I just like seeing how he reacts. Am I weird? They took her over there to the bed, and meanwhile the doctor was pushing out my placenta, and that hurt like a motherfucker. Literally felt like I was giving birth all over again. So Daddy was with Jayla and taking pictures of her. If I have any pictures that he took over there, I'm gonna add them here. I don't think he got any videos. I think it was just pictures. That's pretty much it for this video. I don't want to make it too long. My next video, I'll be showing you guys more of the baby. I'll be showing you guys the next day, how that went. We did surprise the boys with the baby. We told them that I was still at the hospital and I hadn't given birth yet. So Albert picked them up and we ended up surprising them. And so when they got to the hospital, they had no idea that I had already given birth. And so that's going to be on the very next video. So stay tuned. If you guys are new here, you guys want to subscribe right now so you guys don't miss that video. Such a special video, guys. It was wonderful. It didn't go as planned because of my honey, but it's totally okay. I ended up recording the reaction, and yeah, so I will see you guys on my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and a nice catching up with you guys. And if you guys are new to this channel, or if you haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe right now to join the family, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
another day, mess it up again.